Let's start this with a prayer. Dear Father, I thank you for this day and this opportunity to be used as a vessel to let your people know that you are available, able, and ready in the name of Yeshua from Nazareth. Let's cut this bread. John 3:16 through 18. And it's coming from the Message for all you thumpers. This is how much God loved the world. He gave his son, his one and only son, and this is why, so that no one need be destroyed. By believing in him, anyone can have a whole and lasting life. God didn't go to all the trouble of sending his son merely to point an accusing finger, telling the world how bad it was. He came to help, to put the world right again. Anyone who trusts in him is acquitted. Anyone who refuses to trust him has long since been under the death sentence without knowing it and why. Because of that person's failure to believe in the one-of-a-kind Son of God when introduced to him. And then, just for good measure, Jeremiah 33:3, call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and incomprehensible things you do not know. And that's the Lord. You know what it's like to be destroyed? Really. Someone lies to you, you get destroyed. You lose your job, you feel destroyed. You're incapable of, rent, payments, whatever. This is it. Yeshua is the key on everything. So that no one be destroyed. You don't need to be destroyed. This is how amazing God is, but we don't want to talk about how good he is. Time after time after time after time, God sees us they really operate in the 8%, not knowing he's the one that's worthy of the praise. He's the one that's deserving of everything that we have. Listen, I know that I used to be a horrible person, and I loved it. I loved being mean. I liked not caring. I liked my nothingness that I sat in, and I really didn't care about whose feelings I hurt or whatever or however. I didn't care. And I'm not going to tell you I had some miraculous church service moment where my life was changed. That's not it. I'm literally getting told by God, you're going to stop talking crazy about my son. And when God tells you you're going to stop talking crazy about his son, he's going to show you why you're going to stop talking crazy about his son. Now, the belief that Yeshua is somewhere on a cross on 3rd in Florida or Virginia, wherever Guadalupe Church is malarkey. He is not on a church. He's not in a church. He's not on a cross hanging there. He is alive and well, available, able, and ready to come and meet you wherever you are at, so you don't be destroyed. Because walking around in that nothingness will destroy you. I see now that everything that I have ever been through in life was for this moment. So I could stand here and I really could be thankful to God. You gave me the opportunity to live. Man, live with no regrets, live with no doubt about who I am or why I serve the Lord. None of that. God loved the world that he created. It's so much that he would send his son. I'm going to tell you right now, I got 3 sons, and I would never send one of my sons anywhere for any of you. I don't think you're worth it. But that's the difference between me and God. He'll be like, yeah, you're worth it. I'm going to send my son. And all you have to do is believe in him, and anyone can have a whole and lasting life. I don't know who told you that having a certain amount of money or looking like this in front of people or creating this facade about who you really are when you're broken inside is a way to live. I am who I am 24/7. Everywhere I go, I don't stop being me. I don't get in front of some people and then it's oh, let me switch my vernacular because I want them to take me serious. I don't care if you take me serious or not. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, and I am the image of the Most High. Am I perfect? No, I'm not. But you ain't gonna see no fraudulent stuff in me. You're not gonna see me sitting here trying to plot or do something that God wouldn't be okay with. And it's because of this relationship. Now, there's nothing that I can say to put you on, you know, and I don't know why people do this. Oh, you better believe in Jesus. If you don't, you ain't gotta believe in nothing. Believe in what's gonna be right for you. But I'm telling you, like, if you're talking to God, you're hollering at God, he's like, look, I'm gonna put you onto my son, and he's gonna tell you more about me. Like, legit, being in the car and riding with Yeshua, like, what you think about this situation? You see how this person did me? I know, right? And him being like, you're better than that. You don't have to act like that. You don't have to do this. You don't have to. This is real. Because you can have a whole person in front of your face, and I'm going to say this time and time again, and never know who they are. But I'm crazy because I know who he is, and I don't physically see him. Stop. That don't make no sense. Anyway, God didn't go to all the trouble of sending his son merely to point an accusing finger. He didn't do that. Like, you know you foul for doing this. You know you wrong for doing that. It's like, look, I got a different way. I got a better way. I got a long-lasting way that's going to take you further than where you could possibly take yourself. This relationship is everything. To know that I'm loved. I mean, because obviously, you know, you just seen I had a whole little mountain on my lip, and the guy that I was with cheated on me. That could have destroyed me. I cried. I mean, I don't know why I cried. I didn't know I had feelings like that. But maybe it was just the disappointment within myself. Like, dang, I really be choosing the losers. It ain't the guy's fault. It's my fault. I chose. But being in that situation where, I could potentially be destroyed and my feelings could be hurt, who did I have? I mean, I'm obviously not going to call the next dude and be like, hey, you know why this guy broke my heart? There's no dude that wants to hear that. But I could call Yeshua. Like, you see what he did? And he was like, man, listen, I got something better coming. I got something better coming. Focus on me. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You the apple of God's eye. Stop playing. You're everything. I'm just saying that relationship has helped me. Telling the world how bad it was, he came to help to put the world right again. Anyone who trusts in him is acquitted. And what you don't understand is you're going to have charges brought up on you. It's a whole indictment coming across the world brought by God. And if you have Yeshua as your counselor, as, your confidant, as your, man, he's your everything, you ain't even got to worry about it. Like, the enemy can't come with no charges. You got this relationship that is constantly elevating you and bringing you up and producing fruit that lasts. Because a lot of people can say whatever and they can do whatever, but the fruit is rotten. Not Yeshua, though. This is it. I'm telling you, when you get to this spot with him, because it's going to happen eventually, you're going to feel so great. The whole thing with Hosea and Gomer, and God showing me, like, man, I stay around when my people got a spirit of infidelity. I done gave them chance after chance after chance after chance after chance, and they still want to play me. I could understand God's heart. Like, dang, God. So being cheated on by a mere dude, like, it ain't as major as I thought it was. But seeing how God moves when his people hurt him, seeing how Yeshua is there to comfort me in my time of need, and he's closer than a brother. I don't need to go out anywhere. Like, everything I want is here. Jeremiah 33:3 says, call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and incomprehensible things you do not know. These conversations are dope. These conversations are life. These conversations are giving everything. Had this conversation with the Most High. Or continue doing what you do. Because you know what's going to happen? either you rocking with Yeshua, or what did he say? You've been under the death sentence without knowing it. And why? Because of that person's failure to believe in the one-of-a-kind God when introduced to him, one-of-a-kind Son of God. It's an introduction. Because that Jesus that's out there, ooh, you gotta follow all these rules. You gotta get V'd in. It's like a game. Pick your side. Pick your side. God puts you on. Yeshua helps you to maintain everything that the drip that you continue to rock. This ain't my home. I'm not gonna be content here. I don't want to buy a house. I don't care about none of this. None of this. I can't wait to get back. But until then, I'm gonna be in the presence of the Most High every day, living life, and taking what I got and giving it to the next person. Let me show you a little bit of Yeshua and how you really rock. Keep all that stuff for the birds, man. Holla at them.